Welcome to our channel. Please subscribe and like the video. Thank you.
You'll probably be very surprised to learn about what it's really like inside Sandringham Palace, which is hardly accessible to anyone. This grandiose royal estate holds many secrets and mysteries, because to attend a Christmas dinner with royalty such as Catherine, Princess of Wales, or her husband William, Prince of Wales, you have to be a member of the royal family. Ordinary people who have nothing to do with the British monarchy can only guess what happens within the walls of the famous royal palace. It turns out that everything is not as simple as it may seem at first glance. Some people may be surprised that their perceptions of what goes on inside Sandringham Palace and reality may be markedly different. This year's royals' Christmas dinner was not business as usual, and there is an explanation for this. How is the recent royals' Christmas celebration different from those in previous years? Why does Princess Catherine have to have 5 dresses? And is it true that the royals have ordered their servants to vacate their sleeping rooms? You'll learn about this and more in this video. Well, let's talk about everything in detail. A few days ago, the Prince and Princess of Wales, along with their children and other members of the royal family, arrived for Christmas Eve service at St. Mary Magdalene Church, which is located in Sandringham Manor. This is where the royals traditionally spend their winter vacations. Sandringham Manor is located in Norfolk, about 100 miles from London. Much of the 20,000 acres of land is woodland and heathland. It is one of 2 private residences owned by the royal family, as opposed to palaces owned by the crown. The other royal residence is Balmoral. Although critics say that Sandringham is nothing special in terms of architecture, it is a rare surviving example of a Victorian country house with its original appearance, gardens and estates. Interestingly, it was from Sandringham that Queen Elizabeth II delivered her first televised Christmas message. On that day many years ago, addressing the British people, the young Queen said, "I wish you all, young and old, wherever you are, a merry, enjoyable, peaceful and very happy Christmas." The royals arrive at Sandringham one by one, rather than all together. The young and distant relatives come first. The closer a member of the royal family is to the throne and the higher his status, the later he arrives. This time it was King Charles III and Queen Camilla who arrived last, preceded by the Prince and Princess of Wales and their children. While the more senior royals are arriving, the children and younger members of the family are decorating the Christmas tree. We are talking specifically about the main Christmas tree at Sandringham, as there are several Christmas trees at the palace. All arriving guests are put into their rooms. Queen Elizabeth II used to put a tiny present under each guest's pillow in addition to the main one. How it happens now remains a mystery. Perhaps King Charles III adopted this wonderful tradition from his mother. After aperitifs and light refreshments, family members are separated. The women send the children to their nannies. It is with them that the little aristocrats will spend most of their time. Even at the main Christmas dinner, the little ones will not be allowed. Elizabeth II thought that screaming and whimsy destroy the atmosphere of the holiday, and little children dined in her large children's living room with nannies. Now let's talk about gifts. Members of the royal family try to give each other valuable and quality gifts. The famous Harrods department store was opened late at night for the king so that His Majesty could personally pick out gifts. Prince William visits several fashion stores with jewelry. Queen Camilla prefers bookstores and jewelry from jewelers. Princess Catherine traditionally stops by high-end department stores, John Lewis, Selfridges and children's bookstores. All members of the royal family prefer personal shopping and gift selection. Following a tradition laid down by Prince Albert, since Victorian times, all presents are boxed up and placed under the main Christmas tree. Before tea at 5 o'clock on Christmas Day, December 25th, they are opened and put on the table for the whole family to see. It was a German tradition that took root in the royal family after Victoria's marriage. There is a tradition of giving gifts to the royal family and from the subjects, whom the monarch and his family meet as they leave the church. This is exactly what we witnessed a few days ago when George, Charlotte and Louis were literally swamped with gifts. Catherine also received a large number of Christmas presents. In the morning, all the guests have breakfast before attending the Christmas Eve service at Mary Magdalene Church. Earlier in the day, Charles, William and Zara take a morning cane walk around their beautiful castle at dawn. Then the family gets breakfast. The men have a classic English breakfast which includes beans in tomato, scrambled eggs, toasted toast, sausages, potatoes or a potato cutlet. This potato patty is served with oatmeal, orange juice, and tea with milk or coffee if desired. The cooks at Sandringham prepare a light breakfast for the ladies: toast with marmalade, boiled egg, fruit salad, or fruit, coffee, or tea. Not all members of the family go to church. The royals go in two groups: the main group, which includes the king and queen and the closest heirs to the monarchy. They are followed on the way to church by their relatives, the second group. On Christmas Day, everyone comes to breakfast in their outfits for the walk to church, usually a day dress or a smart suit with pearls for the women. Men wear warm coats for the traditional walk to church. Head coverings, hats, scarves, or headbands are expected for women. Only girls are allowed to have loose hair or pigtails without hats. After the church visit, there is a light lunch with cold hors d'oeuvres and the royal family meets in the parlor. After the second lunch, everyone changes clothes again for an invigorating walk outside the city. In the afternoon before the celebratory lunch, it is a tradition to have a match. Teams of Sandringham Palace staff and guards, staffers, and even secretaries play against the royal family. In the past, when Prince Harry was a working member of the monarchy and a member of the team, he would lead a team of service staff and play against his brother Prince William. The last such match took place in 2018 when Prince Harry brought Meghan Markle to Sandringham. But that's a whole other story. But for now, let's get back to the palace. For dinner on Christmas Eve, the men wear suits and the women wear elegant silk dresses. But for dinner, the men change and wear black ties and the ladies wear more glamorous dresses. This is the only time women wear their most expensive jewelry, and almost all wear tiaras or jeweled barrettes in their hair. Christmas involves at least 5 dress changes, and Princess Catherine has admitted she is nervous about the many outfits she needs for Sandringham. Young members of the royal family have sometimes broken protocol. Zara Tindall once arrived at Sandringham wearing a beanie hat and a hooded sweatshirt. But then she changed her clothes. In the evening, all royals are once again expected to wear gorgeous party dresses and black tie or bow tie. There is an opinion that King Charles is gradually ready to simplify the change of outfits and dresses. But the dinner and the tradition of toasting with whiskey will not cancel. Queen Elizabeth had 23 chefs working at once with a team for Christmas. Now they have been cut, as well as other service staff. But the dinner menu, which is traditionally printed in French, remains virtually unchanged. The menu includes a lobster salad and light appetizers. Then come hot dishes: boiled carrots and boiled peas with butter, boiled and fried potatoes, turkey, and the obligatory Christmas pudding. Apart from the royal family, the same exact meal is served to all staff and courtiers, including 100 Sandringham bred turkeys roasted just for the staff. The family then discusses the monarch's televised speech and plays with the adult children allowed in. Closer to nightfall, a cold buffet is served. This is the name given to the many cold meat appetizers of cold ham, pork ribs, and cold turkey. By the way, the first to cut the turkey for the king is the chef. This is the only time he appears before the royal family on Christmas Day in a festive cap and apron. After carving the turkey for the king, the chef wishes the monarch all the best, and the king stands up and pours 2 glasses of whiskey. He serves one to his cook, thanks him, and the cook says a special celebratory speech. The cook then leaves and the family is left alone. It should be noted that this year's Christmas dinner was different from previous years. The Prince and Princess of Wales refused to join the King and Queen. According to one version, this is due to the fact that Princess Catherine needed extra rest due to a recent medical course. There is another version, according to which Catherine and William decided to skip the dinner because of the presence of Camilla's son Tom Parker Bowles, who was invited by the Queen. The royal family's Christmas vacation at Sandringham is an event shrouded in a halo of luxury and tradition. However, behind the glitz of royal ceremonies and festive decorations, there is perhaps a different reality than is commonly imagined. Accounts from royal experts shed light on everyday details that paint a picture far removed from stereotypes of limitless royal comfort. Rebecca English, a renowned expert on the royal family, shared insider information revealing that despite the scale of Sandringham Manor, the number of comfortable guest bedrooms is limited. According to her, the house only has enough room to accommodate 16 to 18 people with amenities. This number may seem significant, but given the size of the royal family and the many guests, including distant relatives and friends, it quickly proves insufficient. As a result, as Rebecca testifies, the royals are often forced to turn to the attendants' bedrooms in case of overcrowding. According to Rebecca, In previous years, she has been told that royals have had to kick servants out of their rooms. According to Rebecca's sources, some servants have had to leave their rooms over the Christmas holidays to make room for the royals. For example, Prince Edward, Duke of Edinburgh, and his wife, Sophie, Countess of Wessex, were among those who occupied rooms meant for servants due to the lack of available accommodation in the main house. This fact makes one wonder how different real life at Sandringham was from the image portrayed in the media. The sumptuous Christmas dinner, the sparkling candles, the exquisite food, all of this certainly has its place. However, according to Rebecca, even in this context some unassummingness is evident. She mentioned that the beds at Sandringham, according to her insiders, resemble vintage models referred to as fish stick beds, old-fashioned beds with very creaky springs. This detailed description gives an idea that even within a luxury estate, comfort can be limited by outdated interiors and a lack of spacious bedrooms. In addition to the main house at Sandringham, the royal family has other residences in the area. Wood Farm, for example, serves as an excellent option for guest accommodation, which at least alleviates some of the overcrowding in the main house. However, the fact that additional residences have to be used for guest accommodation further emphasizes the limited capacity of Sandringham's main house. Richard Eden, another renowned expert on the royal family, shed light on the reason why the public does not know the exact number of bedrooms at Sandringham. He explained that Sandringham is not just a house, but a vast private estate occupying a huge area. Eden emphasized that the total area of the estate includes about 700 structures, and pointed out that an accurate count of bedrooms in the entire area is nearly impossible and is not publicly available information. This certainly explains the lack of accurate bedroom counts and also emphasizes the scale of the entire estate. Information on the number of bedrooms in the main house remains unclear, and stories of a shortage of guest accommodation suggest that the number is considerably less than would be expected for a royal residence of this scale. Overall, the stories of Christmas celebrations at Sandringham told by royal experts paint a truer picture of royal life. They show that even behind the posh facade and traditions, there are everyday problems and limitations that even members of the royal family face. This makes their story more human and intimate, debunking the myth of a perfect and flawless life within the royal walls. The fact of the lack of bedrooms and the use of servants' quarters shows that even within the royal family there are practical and domestic issues that need to be addressed, and that luxury does not always preclude the need for compromise. Sandringham Palace holds many interesting and surprising stories relating to members of the royal family, but it is unlikely that we will ever be able to know them all. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like this video,